Welcome to Code Miraki. In this video we are going to check whether the number or string is a palindrome or not. In our previous video we have learned how to reverse a string and an integer. We are going to reuse that program here. So for integer we wrote a function reverse int. In this function we are creating a boolean variable that is negative that will be holding false or true, and then we are reassigning the value of number by passing it to the absolute function that will be changing its behavior from negative to positive. Next we have created an empty variable that is holding 0 as of now. Now we are starting a while loop where n is not equals to 0. We are finding a reminder by dividing the number with 10. This will give us the last digit. Then we are reversing the number, this same variable we are using here. We are reassigning the value by multiplying it 10 plus reminder, and in the end we are dividing the number by 10. So that's how we are just reversing the number, and in the end we are just checking if the number is negative. That means if negative is true, then we are adding this minus sign to that number, otherwise we are returning it normally. For the string, what we are doing, we are accepting a string as an s, and then we have created a variable with the empty string, and then we are finding the length and we are subtracting the length by 1. Now we are starting a loop that will be greater than or equals to 0. Now we are using this variable, we are incrementing it by the s index, and in the end we are just reducing the index value. In the end we are returning the reverse. So that's how you can see here we are just executing a program. We have provided minus 1 2 3, so it is returning minus 3 to 1. If I will give some positive number, let's say 1 to 3, so here you can see we are getting 3 to 1. Similarly with the string, I have provided code Miraki over here. So when we are passing it through a function reverse string, we are getting the reverse of code Miraki. Let's give some other name. Let's give radar. Earlier on index number 1 we had E, now we have A here. Now let's write the correct spelling for radar. So in this word, either we read it from right to left or left to right, we are getting a same output, that is radar. So these kinds of strings are called palindromes. Similar thing happens with the number also. If I just give 1 to 1, so either we read it from right to left or left to right, it will be sounding same. So this is what we are going to learn here, how to create that. So since we already have the results for our integer and index, we are just going to put it inside a if condition. First we are going to do for the integer. We will define a function with the name is palindrome number. This function will accept a number as an argument. Now we are going to call the function reverse int, and we are going to pass num as an argument to that function, and we will store the value of that function inside a rev named variable. Next, we are going to compare the rev with the actual number that was provided by the user as an. If rev equals to the actual number that was provided by the user, then it just return true. Else, if it is not equals to, that means false. Let's go and call this function. So is palindrome. Let's give a number 1 to 1. Then let's give another number that is not a palindrome. Let's give 1 to 3. Now we're going to print this. Let's run it. Okay, it says palindrome is not defined. Maybe the spelling I messed up. It's palindrome num. Alright. int has no length. Line number 8. Okay, this error says reverse. Alright, I'm sorry for that. I just need to call the integer over here. Okay, just run it. Alright, you can see that I'm getting true for 1 to 1, because if we read it 1 to 1 from either of the sides, it's same. Whereas we are getting false for 1 to 3 because it is not a palindrome. We can further go ahead and extend this by just checking it. If like this, if is palindrome num just print it is palindrome number, else print not a palindrome. So it is a palindrome number. If I will just change the number with 3 or 2, it will give me not a palindrome number. In this way, we have learned how to check if the number is palindrome or not. Next is, we are going to check if the string is palindrome or not. For string, we are going to define a function is palindrome string. And we will pass a string as an argument. We'll call the reverse string function and we'll store the value inside a variable. And we are going to pass a string as an argument here. Let's save it into a reverse. Now we have to check it again. If rev equals to string, return true, else return false. Next we are going to call this function is palindrome str. We will pass a string, let's say radar. Check. See, okay. See, it says false. Now the moment I will change the value from E to A, it will become true. We can go ahead and improve the output of this function by just checking it. If this number is true, print a message, it is a palindrome. Otherwise or else, print not a palindrome. Just to be precise, we'll type string, run it. You can see it is a palindrome string. Just change, you can see not a palindrome string. In this way, we have learned to check whether the number or a string is a palindrome or not. I hope this video was helpful to you. If it was, please do like the video, subscribe to my channel for more videos like this one. Thank you for watching. Have a great day. Bye.